Hey guys, this is Carlos Colon. Thank you for joining us at Georgia Perimeter Homes, and today we're going to talk about why you should be buying your home today instead of renting. So the first thing that we want to talk about is going to be your monthly cost on renting versus buying your home. So you may not know this, but obviously somebody, if you are renting right now, owns that home and they have to pay either a mortgage or they pay cash for that property. And in either case, that home is worth a certain amount of money per month, even if you were to purchase it. Typically, your rent is going to be $200 plus or higher on top of whatever that mortgage payment would be. That is one of the most important reasons why you want to watch your monthly costs, because if you think about it, when you're renting, regardless, you're paying the utilities. When you're owning, you're also paying the utilities. That doesn't change. Whether you realize it or not, as far as the taxes and the insurance, when you're renting, you're paying it. You're just paying it for them. And so why not be able to be in charge and in control of that? Save the extra $200 or $300 a month and just go ahead and buy a home. Now, that may not always work. And what I mean by that is if you're only going to be in a certain location or a certain state for 6 months, maybe that's not the best option unless you can find something that's being sold under market value where you know you're going to be able to get your money back and then some at the end of it. In most cases, you're going to be there for at least a year or 2 years, and in that case, yes, you should buy. Okay, the second reason why you should be buying instead of renting, the appreciation, and in some cases you call it equity, of owning a home. Okay, that is probably the most important part about this whole thing. So when property goes over time, it always goes up in value. And look at it historically from the 1990s on, for example, you'll notice that the same home that you bought in 1990s, or you could have purchased in 1990s for $150,000, is now worth $230,000, $250,000. Okay, that's called appreciation, all right? And that will continue to go up over time. That is probably the most important part about home ownership. If you could imagine if you had purchased that home in 1990 and now, looking at whatever year we're in today, that $100,000 appreciation that you're looking at is now profit to your pocket. If you'd been renting that same home for the same amount of time, you'd be looking at nothing. If you're lucky, you'll get your deposit back, whatever that looks like. So that's really the biggest reason to purchase. And everyone's situation is a little bit different. Sometimes you're going to live there for 3 years. In fact, historically, most people really only stay in their home anywhere from 3 to 8 years before they sell it and go to the next step, whatever that looks like. So consider that for your home situation and see how can I apply this towards our current living situation to benefit our family so that we can get a nice check at the end of this. So the last thing, which has to do with number 2, but rolling it into number 3, the end game. The end game of a rent versus buy situation is very, very different. When you're renting and you decide to stop renting and move somewhere else, you typically get nothing. In fact, if you're working with a property management company or a landlord, in most cases, they'll fight to keep your deposit too. So you not only get nothing, you typically lose more money at the end of it. Where in home ownership, when you sell it, you're going to get a nice big check at the end, even after paying commissions and everything else. You get a nice big check that you can roll over to whatever comes next. So when it comes to a deposit, even if it's a conventional 5% down, 10% down, 20% down, that money is actually coming from the equity or the appreciation of the previous home instead of your bank account. Make sure that you're not underwater at the beginning of your home. And if you've got the nicest home in the neighborhood, you might be in trouble. You want to get what I call, in my personal opinion, get the ugly duckling in the nice street. Then you know you're going to be solid for the next however many years for when you decide to sell and take that money out. Thank you guys so much, and if you want more information about this, you'll see the links down below, and anything that we can do to help guide you in your renting situation or buying situation or help you during that walk, give us a call, 770-314-1285, or check out our website at georgiaperimeterhomes.com. Thanks.